Hi, welcome to the National League segment of our show. This is actually the first day of the season at Bet Republic where we've split the Major League Baseball card into two. You can tell that baseball is taking over, hockey and basketball are running out. Jarvis Symes, Greg Dempson covering the National League, starting with the Mets and Padres. Greg, Mets laying 115, Pelfrey's on him round against LeBlanc. 6-1 system this year in effect for this game, Greg. Tell us what you like here.
Well, the reason why, you look at the Mets' record on the road this year, 4 wins, 13 losses. They are a small favorite. I actually saw some books had them each team minus $1.05. So again, you shop around on this. It's because Mike Pelfrey's going for the Mets. That's why they're listed as a favorite. The game last night, 18 runs, which is phenomenal. That's the most runs that the New York Mets have allowed since they went up to Montreal and played the Expos back in 2004 when they allowed 19 runs. And in the history of Petco Park, the most runs ever scored by the Padres. Also, these two teams have played 421 times.
421 games.
421, and that's the most runs that San Diego has ever scored on the New York Mets.
And the Mets are favored.
The Mets are favored. Now, the thing that I like the best about this game is Mike Molshinski. Who does he play for? He plays for the home team. He's the home plate umpire,
That's
Jarvis.
Right.
This year he's 3-0 to the home team. The last 3 seasons when Mike Molshinski is behind home plate, the home team has won 17 times and lost 4.
17-4.
17-4. He's 27-10 lifetime. He doesn't get a lot of starts behind home plate. They're called balls and strikes, but he likes the home team. 27-10 lifetime. There's also a really good angle. It's a Tuesday system, which is normally the second game of a 3-game series. You want to play against the road team, laying $1 to $1.50 with a starting pitcher, Jarvis, that gives up 0.5 or less home runs per start, and they're playing on Tuesday. It's very simple. If you play against the road team in this spot, you're 78-45 plus 41.3 units. It's 6-1 this year. I have an official selection on this game on the San Diego Padres.
Official selection for Greg, 17-4 profile, looking at 6-1 this year. Padres getting back, and paying 105 on this one anyway. I like it, Greg. Let's run the bases.
Brought to you by
Jarvis and Greg. We've got Washington playing in Houston tonight. Bill Hahn was on the plate yesterday, Greg. And what happened with Hahn and Oswald?
Well, Bill, as we call him, Mr. Rohde.
That's right.
He's put some money in your jeans and mine this year. We missed this one because it was a darned early start, and it cost us each a couple bucks. But he tossed Oswald out. Oswald says he wasn't even talking to Bill. Bill flipped his mask off, and he says, "You're gone." So I don't know. Like Bill, we know Bill does not like Cox for the Atlanta Braves, but he's not. This is the second time he's thrown out Oswald, Jarvis. He threw him out in 2004. And it's the month of June, so what do? We start with a June system.
Okay, let's do it.
June the 1st. In the month of June, you want to play against the home favorite with the money line of $1.25 to $1.75 with a struggling bullpen whose whip is about 2.00 or higher in the last 5 games. By fading the home team and playing on the road team, Jarvis, 34-16, 68% plus 30.6 units. A lean to the road team. They already got a win yesterday, but the Nationals are playing better ball this year than they did last year. My concern is Darling is the home umpire, and he has a tendency to favor the home team. So just an opinion of Washington.
Okay, opinion on Washington since he's in St. Louis. 2 teams with identical records, 30-22, but St. Louis made a bit of a statement yesterday with a 12-4 win.
Yeah, they I think it's 10-4 or something. They won
12-4.
12-4. Okay. Yeah. Call me a liar for the extra points. They
kicked a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion was what it was. You've got a hot team, Cincinnati. They're batting .315 or better in their last 10 games. Okay, and they put up a lot of runs at home, except for that one game they lost in 10 innings to Houston. You want to play them over the total if they're playing an opponent with an on-base percentage of .393 or better in their last 3 games. That applies to St. Louis, who have had problems putting a lot of runs on the board. But if you play this game over in this spot, 40 overs, 14 unders, Jarvis, 74% plus 25.5 units. An opinion on this game over.
Opinion on the over. St. Louis has scored 7+ runs in 4 of their last 5 games. Their sticks have been hot. Pujols has been leading the charge. Cubs are in Pittsburgh, Greg, laying 147. Ted Lilly had a great start last week against the Dodgers. Didn't get the win, but he was solid against a good hitting team.
Yeah, I like the over in this game, Jarvis, just as an opinion. There's a really good system on this. It's 48 and 18 to the over, including 3-0 to the over this year. One concern is the humidity here favors the pitchers more than the batters, but an opinion on the game over and only at the total of 8.5.
Carson's for Pittsburgh was thrown into the rotation late. This is only his 4th start of the year. Let's have one for the road, Greg.
Yeah, one for the road brought to you by
sportsbetting.com. We've got the Phillies and Braves meeting today. This total was 7.5, dipped to 7, but only briefly. I think the over got hit. It's 7.5 now, under 15, but we like the over on this one.
Yeah, first of all, we have the wind is good here. I played this over, Jarvis, over 7 minus $1.25 earlier this morning. I only found 7 out of the 8 places that I play. I only had one place where I found a 7. I don't know, over 7.5. If you're going to play it, I would play it for less money. You've got a really good home plate umpire favoring the over here, especially in the National League. The humidity is perfect for the hitters. And you've got 2 pitchers that have been pitching well. But when you look at there's a couple key players here for the Phillies and for Atlanta that hit the opponent pitchers well.
Brian Howard is one.
Howard was one. Yeah, you know what? I left my notes over on the other table here, but all things factored in at 68% to the over. It's 2-0 to the over this year. You've got a low total at 7 or 7.5. I would wait on this until game time and see if there's some pressure on the number to move it back down to 7. I like it a lot better at 7, but we do have an official one for the road selection on these 2 teams to play over the total.
And recapping, we had a nice 17-4 profile. Greg had a play on San Diego, plus 105. Good numbers there. Been producing profit for a long time. That's the National League. If you'd like to check the American League segment, it's loaded up at BetRepublic.com in the video department. For more baseball news, check the stadiums. Pop by, share your picks. We always like hearing what all the members are thinking. Anyway, for Jarvis Symes, Greg Dempson, thanks for joining us at the Dateline. We'll see you next time. Good luck.